God wants you to remember this. When you are about to cross over, your enemy will rise up and pursue with everything it has. But here's the truth. God was the one who working in the background the whole time. He intentionally hardened Pharaoh's heart to set up the whole situation so that he could display his glory through Pharaoh and his army. And today, God wants you to know, don't panic when you hear the sounds of horses or when you see the chariots or feel the enemy closing in. It's a divine setup and God himself is allowing it not to destroy you, but to reveal his glory through you. What does God expect from us in moments like this? We can see the answer in verse 13, where Moses comforts Israel by saying, so when we break down this verse, we can see four main things here. The first, don't be afraid. Second, stand still. Third, watch the Lord. And fourth, stay calm. You know, the reason why Israel just didn't enter the promised land the first time is because they didn't trust God. They failed to do these things. They didn't stay calm. They didn't stand still. Instead, they panicked and they didn't believe the promise God gave to them. When we choose to stand still and stay calm in the presence of the Lord, the pillar of clouds, the very presence of God, gonna shift its position and move directly to where the enemy is going to strike. We can see this in verse 19. The angel of the Lord who had been leading the people of Israel moved to the rear of the camp. The pillar of cloud also moved from the front and stood behind them. Until the enemy began to chase them, the pillar was in front and leading them forward. But the moment enemy came from behind, the angel of the Lord and cloud moved. The cloud moved from the front and stood at their back, shielding them, which means God repositioned himself to block the enemy's attack. So always make sure we are standing in the presence of the Lord. That's all God is asking from us. Be in my presence. Because when we remain in his presence, God himself changes position to shield us. No weapons can prosper when he is standing between us and the danger. Just one glance from the cloud is enough to remove every obstacle and scatter the enemies. In verse 24 it says, just before dawn, the Lord looked down on the Egyptians' army from the pillar of fire and cloud, and he threw their forces into total confusion. God doesn't need a massive army or help from any outside source. Just a look from his eyes, a stare from the cloud is enough. His presence alone fights for his people.